We like looking at Freedom. Well, Freedom has brought us to a Transfer, Pennsylvania, or Hermitage, Pennsylvania, to Shenango Campground. It's the Army Corps Park, part of the Shenango Recreation Area on the Shenango Lake and River. So we're going to do a little drive-about tour of this 300-site campground with like 5 loops and let you see what it's about the best we can. This is a Friday afternoon, so it's probably going to start getting a little busy around here, so we'll do what we can do for you.
If you want to see a specific section, check the timestamps below. And as is our practice, we don't take pictures of people while they're out enjoying the day. So we may be skipping sites, and there are so many loops, we may be missing some sites, but we'll do the best we can. First up is a dump station. Nice big, large dump station. You will need to fill your tanks here. There is no water at the sites, but they do have hydrants around, and there is a pull-off in one area where you can fill your tanks right there at the pull-off, not the dump station. First up is speed bump, is the golden section, the golden loop. The golden loop is sites 1 through, it looks like 26, 1 through 26. It's going to be right here to the right. We turn in, there's site 2 right to the left. I'll try to show you some empty sites that don't have people out. There's site 3, there is the lake. And you can see going forward, 6, 7, 9. This is a very crowded area, so. Bathhouse right there. Right there is site 12, 13. Electric only sites, it looks like, but there are a lot of sites here that have no electric. So double check when you're booking. Site 19 is right there, and site 20. Site 21. Right there is site 24. And 26 is right over here. So there are still some empty sites this Friday. Actually, it's Friday around noon. And there are some sites across the way there. They look like all primitive. We'll catch those on the way back. Next up is there's site 51.
We went from 26 to 51.
Yep, we did. That's the progression. I don't know why. We're trying to figure out, how do we go from 26 to 51? There is that pull off there where you can fill your tanks. And this is no enter area, so we're going to keep going till we can't enter. And there's a few sites here and there on the left. You can see, but we're going to keep focusing on the right. There's a campground host right there. I love host sites. They have firewood, and there is a bathhouse. And they have several of these little libraries around. So nice. Here is site 58. Here is site 60. These are still electric sites. There's 62 there. And we're going to go up and catch this next loop. Okay, we found 27 through 50. Here is site 27. This is a primitive site. 27 through 50. We had turned left here. And there's folks out already. 28 is on the left. These, I'm not seeing electric. 29 is right there. Shower house. And you can see going forward. 31, 32, 33. It's a weekend, y'all. Generators are humming. 34.
Yep. That means there's no electric.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing any electric boxes, but 35, 36. We'll try to give you like a rundown of what has power and what doesn't, but I could look at the map, but then I would miss what I'm doing right here. 38 is to the left. And then you've got these nice waterfront sites, but I think they're all non-electric.
Yep, there's a generator.
I see generators. So 41 right there where that travel trailer is. 42 to the left. I cannot begin to tell you how lovely the weather is today. Here in the first day of August. 43. It is delightful as it looks. There's a site on the left, but I couldn't get it. There's 45 right there. All primitive right here, but wow, you got some primo lakefront right here. It's 47 to the right. 48 is to the left, and 49 is to the right. 49 is a lakefront site, and 49 is primitive. And then this one right here is 50. A primitive site, and there's a path down to the water, and a little garden over there, and benches, and there's kids out and people out. Happy day in the campground. Okay, we've been by this before, but I'll try to show you. 52's on the left. 59's that way. 61 is that way. Primitive. And then that is where you see the tents. I don't know if you can see up in there, but that's where we just were. And we're going to the next section. Sites 63 through 90. Going to the right. But look, it goes on. .64 to the left. It looks like an electric site. 66 and 68. Folks out to the left, so there's 69 to the right, and there's 71 to the right, and there's sites on the right and the left here, but you do have plenty of space. Looking straight on, a lot of kiddos. 77 is right there, an empty site. So we bump along, there's 79, actually looks like a host site. 80 and 81. Bathhouses to our right, looks like all the other bathhouses. 82 is to the right, there. And then we're going on. 85 to the left, 87 to the left, little slopey. Yeah, some of these sites are a little slopey. We're a little slopey on our site. And there's 90 right there. And we're coming out of this loop. And going to the right to finish up. Well, not finish up.
Not finish up.
To do the next section. Okay, so we've already been by all this. We're going to fast forward to the next spot. Okay, we're continuing straight now. And speed limit here, there was a low speed limit. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
10. Bathhouse to the right. They do have a lot of dog pots around and doggy bags. That's nice. Okay, so entering this area, there's 91, 92 on our left. Can't really see them. They are primitive sites. 94. There is 93 right there. 95. Primitive sites. Downhill 97. 98. A pull-through multi-unit campsite there at 98. And coming on around, there is a bathhouse. And there is 101. 102 primitive sites. Another little library to our right. 104 primitive. And then 106. And we have a decision. I guess we'll just keep going. Yeah, to the left. 107 to 145. These are lakefront sites. Primitive. The lake. Bring your boat. 107. Downhill. 109. 110. No electrics, not stopping any of these campers. There's 116 and 117. And looking forward, 119. Right there is, I don't know. I'm totally missed it.
That's 120, 121.
Yeah, well, there's Yeah, we're in a crowded area now. There's 123. But there's a view. If you are over here in a primitive site, you got a nice lake side. There are sites on the left.
126, 127, 120 something.
Here's 128 right here. There are so many sites. We're just trying to give you guys an overview so you know what to expect if you come here. 131. There's 134 to the left and 133 to the right. 135. There you go. Love the evergreens up in this park. Okay, slow down a minute. Look how pretty that is going forward. You got 138 to the left, 137 to the right. There's also 139 to the left and a bathhouse. 140, 142 on the left, and here's 143 on the right. Now, if we're going too fast for you, just slow go to your settings and turn the speed down. There goes one of those groundhog things. We think it's a groundhog. Not sure. Right there. Go slow, go slow. There he is. Run along there. Our dogs just don't know what to think. They just stop and stare like we've never seen anything like that. But they have. They just forgot.
Let's grab this.
I don't know. What is it, people? We don't know. We're not from around here. Okay, so if you need to, I don't know if I finished saying, but if you need to speed it up, speed it up. And of course, use the timestamps. We're going to come back down here and go to the right.
146 to 191.
The Pines Loop. There are sites on the left, but people are out. But here's 147, 149, primitive sites.
Waterfront would be like 150.
Yeah, there's your waterfront looking straight ahead.
151.
Oh my goodness. And there's these inner loops too. We're going to bypass those because we will never get finished, but you can see them right there. $153. There are a lot of people out. This must be the popular waterfront side. 154 and 156 on the right. 159. 161 on the left. 160. Those might be primitive on the lakefront.
Yep, I hear generator.
Yep. 160. 163 right there. 164. 165. 166 is on ahead. There's a playground to our right. They do have some playgrounds sprinkled around here. And there's water over there, so these two are waterfront. 168, campground host on our right, and 169 right there, all primitive. And 170. There's 171, primitive site. Which brings us back out here. And then we have another whole section of this campground to go check out. Let's go. These are some of the sites we've already seen, but just showing you some along this road. 59. We have to stop. There is that one loop where there was a lot of tents, generators running. We showed you a while ago. And then there are these sites right here on the main road. That one there is off of that little side loop. The Lakeview Loop, it's called. That's the Lakeview Loop right there. Where's your water fill up? There is 52. So right to our left is goes to the. It'll finally get you to the trail.
Yeah.
One of the trails, they have this little greenhouse thing, and they're growing plants. And then over to the left, they have a fenced-in area where they're reintroducing chestnuts into the area, chestnut trees. And there's a dump station we already passed, and now we're heading to our neck of the woods. Boat storage over there, boat parking, and if you keep going down that road, it will take you to the boat ramp. Do you guys want to see the boat ramp? We always go check out boat ramps because usually it's pretty, but We'll pop down there real quick. The name of that trail is the Cooney Trail. Cooney. Cooney is a native plant in Florida. Probably why that popped in my brain. PDFs must be worn on all canoes, boats less than 16 feet, by children. So there is the boat ramp. It's a steep boat ramp. But see, this is why we do it. Well, I guess we have to go back up that way because it's pretty.
Yeah, it's a nice boat ramp. Like 3 or 4 slips and some courtesy docks.
Wildflowers along the side of the road, beautiful trees. There are some weeping willows around too, which is so lovely. And this brings us back up to that storage area I was talking about. To the right, 192 to 330. That's a lot. Starting on the old duck loop, 192 to 225. This is our loop.
We're just old ducks.
193 to the right. Here's an empty site. Electric. Not all of these sites here are electric though. What was that one?
195, I think.
197 right there. 199. There's 198 over there. There is the bathhouse with a little library in front of it. Host site to the right. There is the trail, the Cooney Trail, right there. It's a cute little trail, not very long. 202 is right there. Electric site. And 203 is right there. 24 to the left. There we are, 206. We are not level. 205. These are probably the most slopiest. 207. I'm trying to show you that before we get to the busy section. 210. 212 is right there. These are primitive sites. We're going a little fast by those waterfront sites, but they're kind of hard to get on the left. 214 on the right. 216 on the right. And there are sites on the left. So I'm going to flip around here slowly because I'm probably making you guys drunk trying to get it all. 219, 221, and 223. So those on the left are waterfront, but they were occupied. 222 to the right in a breeze. 224 to the right. And we're going to come out here to this road. Weeping Willow Tree. On this road, we're heading to the new duck loop. There's the water off to the left. So many of these sites have water view or waterfront. Now there is a trail up here that is also not very long. It is called the Quiet Garden and Trail. It's a very peaceful, lovely little spot with a place to sit and contemplate and an old-timey phone. It's right up in there, the Quiet Garden, and there is a trail up in there, a short trail, and there's a phone, a wind phone, little woo-woo spiritual there for you. Okay, 226, 227, going forward. 229, there's sites on the left, but they're people. 231, 232, you can see these are primitive sites. Here's our look going forward. 234, 236 on the left. You've got 237 on the right, 239 on the right, 241. They just back up to the woods. Primitive sites, so these are not water view or waterfront. These are just nice, spacious, grassy sites, so just nice sites. 246 looks like a fairly level. And here's another whole line of them. 249 on the right, 251 on the right, 252 on the left. You can look at a map and kind of follow along where we are here. And here we are going straight. We'll come back up this way. 260. 261, 262, nothing on the left right now, 263, 264, all primitive sites. Getting into another busy section here, waterfront, looks like primitive, 266, there's 270, there's the water. So that was kind of a congested area back there. 273 is right there, right on the water, but primitive. 274, 275, 276 is right here. And then this just turns around and you head right back out. Look at the lake. Oh, so beautiful. Bathhouse up there, and there's 272. This is going forward. You can see the sites on the left. And there are also sites on the right. There we go. Heading back out to the last area in this area. I think it's our last area.
I don't know.
There is an outside loop and an inside loop. So we're going to keep going to the right. And here's your view here. So 279 is right there. These are primitive sites, so 278, 280. There's an interior road that's got a lot of people on it. 282, 283 to the left, 284 to the right, 285 to the left. Here's 286. 287. I know it's frustrating when we don't show every single site. It's just hard to get those ones on the left to give you any quality video. 291.
292 is 88.
293. 294, and so on. So there's looking for, these are primitive sites. The ones on the other side, I think some of them were electric. So 299 and 300.
It's electric.
Oh, yeah, 299 is electric. 300 is primitive. And these are electric sites like 302, 305, and 307. But the ones on the right are all primitive. 306, 308. Okay. We're gonna come down here and catch 310 to 330. This is one of the interior loops. We're just gonna go ahead and ride around that right now. 310 is right there, an electric site. This is an interior, I don't know if you can even see the lake from here. 315, electric, but they are electric sites. 314, and they are slopey. 316 is right there. I don't know about that electric box. Oops.
Should we turn around?
Okay, there were some people there, so we didn't get a lot of those sites.
There's 329 and 330.
But that was a little short one. And now we're back out to where we were a moment ago. Coming out of this area, we're going to go slow so I can give you a peek up this nice little trail. In there. There is the quiet garden. All right, back to Ruff Road. Now, there's not a lot of trails here. The trails are very short, but these roads, like this road, I like walking up this road. I got about almost 2 miles in, walking up here and not even doing all the loops, just going to one area and back from our campsite. So, and bike riding, same. Plenty of roads to ride your bike. There's a peek at our loop, but we have to go around this way. And coming up, a little path right here between the road and a playground. I think when it's all said and done, I like our site. Except we don't have room to park.
I think we could almost park right in front. I don't think it would really matter. Well, folks, that was our kind of big drive-about tour of Shenango Campground, Shenango Recreation Area on behind us, Lake Shenango, Shenango River. It's a pretty big lake and river back here. We're really close to Hermitage, Pennsylvania. I think the address says transfer, but we're really right up the road from Hermitage, Pennsylvania. And if there's anything in Hermitage that you might need, Walmart, Starbucks, whatever, it's all up there. As far as our site goes, well, it's rock and dirt and gravel.
And slopey.
And slopey. It's not real level. And the actual parking pad that we back up on, it's kind of tight. It kind of slopes off one way or the other, so you got to get right on it. The actual space of the campground is good. We got a lot of room.
Oh yeah. What site do we have?
206.
Yes.
So we're on site 206, and we had to park kind of up in the front of our campsite because the farther back you go, the more it starts diving down toward the lake. Yeah.
So.
And a lot of these sites angle down toward the lake, so just keep that in mind. It's an older campground with older sites, and well, it's just an older campground.
Yeah.
We do have 50 amp electric here in that box, which looks a little old dated, but it works.
This is a Army Corps of Engineer park.
Yes. We do not have water at site. They do have a fill station you can drive to with your RV and fill up. Now, we do have a water jug fill station. It's like right across the road from us right there. And but you kind of almost got to walk through somebody's campsite to get to it. I've seen people walking back and forth all day, although there's nobody camping there. But they do have places around that you can take water jugs to and fill if you need to fill water jugs, which we did. Mm-hmm. It's a very scenic park as far as that goes. There's a lot of trees here.
I mean,
we've got the big lake behind us. We're actually filming this in site 204. It was worked out better for us just to come next door to do it.
Yeah, this is Saturday.
Had a better view. Now, as far as the park goes, like I was saying, it's very scenic, very wooded, trees all around. The lake is very nice. They do have a swimming area. They have a boat ramp. Boating is popular here. Kayaking, tubing, whatever you want to do here, fishing.
You can walk right down to the water here, and they have many waterfront sites.
Yes. They have They have one trail, and then they have the quiet trail.
Yes, kind of two trails. They're not very long, but yeah, they're a trail, one way to get off the road. The roads, so there are miles of roads.
Yes. Here. As big as this campground is, 330 sites, there's lots of places to ride and walk and do all that kind of stuff. If you want to do that, plenty of room.
Yeah, it is a little hilly, but nothing crazy.
No.
But the sites are hilly, and that could be a problem for some folks. If you have something a little bit bigger and you need to have room to level, just keep that in mind.
And if you have kids, there's plenty of room for roads around here that you want to give them a box of chalk. They can do road art.
Yep.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, no, we've seen some of that, some chalk art.
Chalk art on the roads.
So this is close to anything that you might need. And we always put other places in the area down below in the notes that you might want to check out. Sometimes we just want to get somewhere and just enjoy being in that space. So sometimes we'll go exploring, sometimes not. This time we did not. We just popped up and, bought groceries and stuff like that. But there's restaurants and everything 10 minutes away.
Yeah, 10 minutes away.
Pretty close. So you're not out of the way like some places that we've been to.
Now, I did say that this was 330 site park, but not all are electric. So I'm going to reach up here and grab this piece of paper for a reference because there's a lot of sites and I can't remember. I'm just going to help a little bit. First thing I'm going to do is hold up a picture of the map. The circle ones are electric.
Yeah, so not every loop has electric. So we're in the Old Duck Loop, and that one's easy. I can tell you 192, site 192 to 206 are electric. But if you keep going that way, The new duck loop, it's only the inner loop, so all the outer loops. So that's the thing with a lot of these waterfront sites, they are not electric. So keep that in mind, but there are some.
You'll find electric on the Golden Loop, and you'll find some electric on the Canal Loop, the main loop. The Lakeview Loop, not so much, because it's on the lake and they don't run electric on what I've seen on the Lakeview Loop. And on the Pine Loop, there's no electric. So there's no electric on the Pine Loop, no electric on the Lakeview Loop. The main loop and the Canal Loop have some electric. The Golden Loop has some electric. Old Duck Loop has half of its electric. And then if you go up to the New Duck Loop, the inner sites have electric and the outer sites do not have electric.
And this site, 204, is not electric.
Right, but 206 next door is the last one.
Yes. So check the website carefully when you're reserving to make sure that you get the site that you want. And just be aware, like, check out the pictures really close. I know the pictures don't always show, and when we did our drive about, we tried to show as many sites as possible, but we did not show every single site because this place is so huge and there were a lot of people out. But we did watch like these on the other side. Well, I can tell you this, maybe stay away from, what is that one across the way?
That's probably 205.
205? Yes, it is awkward. It has a culvert on each side and it has a hill that goes up. It is electric, but if you have something small, you probably won't have any problem. But we watched someone trying to get in there yesterday and they finally gave up and had to go to another site. So that site in particular. So hopefully our video will give you kind of the lay of the land, because we saw many flat, longer, easier to get in sites, right?
Yes, and then there were some that are uphill.
I mean, ours is okay. It's doable. It's doable. We were a little worried, but we made it.
Let's talk about cell phone service and internet service.
So far with internet service, we've just had T-Mobile running. We haven't pulled out the Starlink because T-Mobile's doing the job, and Verizon has been doing okay. I think you did some speed tests. Do you remember the results of those?
I don't remember the results. I remember T-Mobile was the one.
Yeah, I can do everything I need to do with T-Mobile.
Me too.
Yeah.
Watch YouTube.
And my phone is Verizon, and I'm doing everything fine with that too. But T-Mobile seems to be a little faster, so we're using T-Mobile.
There you go.
Jumping in here with the shower house report. For the shower house in our area, it was nice, clean. Looks like it had just been remodeled. I mean, it looks new. Hot water, good pressure, no problem. This is a peaceful park. It is the weekend. Like, we were the only ones on this loop, us and one other RV. That's it. Until Friday came, and now everybody is here. So here we are. You might hear kids, you might hear talking. This is the quieter section of the park. If you want to be around busyness and hubbub, then head on over. Well, stay away from Old Duck Loop and New Duck Loop, because the other side of the park, all the other campgrounds, and when I mean other side, when you come through the drive-through, this one is the first right. But if you keep going straight, has all the other sites.
Yeah, they're split off into like two sections.
And that has been very busy all week. There's
Yes.
just more campers, that's all.
Yes. And that's closer to all the stuff too.
Everything. We've enjoyed our stay here. We head north tomorrow.
And to New York, we get to put a sticker on our
Yes.
map.
Yes.
Finally, we get to put New York on that map.
Yeah. So we'll be
Niagara Falls,
spending a little time in New York. Yes. And
eventually.
looking forward to that. Going up and coming back.
So this is Gary and Sharon with Rough Road RV Life, and we like looking at freedom. Hope to see you on the road someday. Take care, people. Safe travels.
Safe travels.
Bye.